The book of Exodus is the story of God's power, presence, and covenant faithfulness. It continues where Genesis ends, Israel in Egypt, but now enslaved, oppressed, and crying out. Exodus answers a central question of the Bible. How does God rescue his people and dwell among them? Generations after Joseph's death, Israel had grown numerous in Egypt. But a new Pharaoh arose who did not know Joseph. Fearful of Israel's numbers, Pharaoh enslaved them with harsh labor, brickmaking, forced construction, and cruelty. Yet the more they were oppressed, the more they multiplied. Pharaoh ordered the killing of Hebrew baby boys. But God preserved life through courageous midwives and one faithful mother. A Levite woman hid her baby boy for 3 months, then placed him in a basket on the Nile. That child was found by Pharaoh's daughter and named Moses, meaning drawn out. Raised in the palace, Moses knew both Hebrew suffering and Egyptian power. When he killed an Egyptian for abusing a Hebrew slave, Moses fled to Midian. There, in obscurity, God was shaping a shepherd into a leader. One day, Moses saw a bush burning, but not consumed. From the fire, God spoke, "I have seen the affliction of my people. I have heard their cry, and I have come down to deliver them." God revealed his name. I am who I am, the eternal, self-existent God. Though Moses felt weak and afraid, God promised his presence and power. Aaron would speak, and signs would confirm God's authority. The deliverer returned to Egypt. Moses stood before Pharaoh with a simple command, "Let my people go." Pharaoh refused. God displayed his power through 10 devastating plagues. Water turned to blood, frogs, lice, flies, disease and death, darkness across the land. Each plague exposed the false gods of Egypt. Finally came the 10th plague, the death of the firstborn. But God provided a way of salvation. God instructed Israel to sacrifice a lamb and place its blood on their doorposts. When the angel of death passed through Egypt, homes marked by the blood were spared. This night became known as the Passover. Pharaoh finally surrendered. Israel left Egypt, not as fugitives, but as a redeemed people. God led them by a pillar of cloud by day and fire by night. Pharaoh changed his mind and pursued Israel with his army. Trapped between the sea and their enemies, Israel panicked. But God made a way where there was none. The Red Sea parted. Israel crossed on dry ground. The waters closed behind them, destroying the Egyptian army. Israel sang praises to the Lord, declaring, "The Lord is a man of war." Freedom did not mean ease. In the wilderness, Israel complained about food, water, and fear. God responded with grace, manna from heaven each morning, quail in the evening, water from the rock. God taught them daily dependence and Sabbath rest. When Amalek attacked, victory came as Moses raised his staff, symbolizing that victory flows from God, not human strength. At Mount Sinai, God descended in fire, thunder, and smoke. Israel trembled. God declared his purpose, "You shall be a kingdom of priests and a holy nation." He gave the 10 Commandments, revealing his moral will. The law was not given to save Israel, but to shape a redeemed people. The covenant was sealed with blood. God instructed Israel to build a tabernacle, a dwelling place for his presence. Every detail mattered: the ark, the altar, the lampstand, priestly garments. The message was clear: a holy God desires to dwell among his redeemed people. While Moses was on the mountain, the people grew impatient. They made a golden calf and worshipped it. God's anger burned, but Moses interceded. God revealed his character: the Lord God, merciful and gracious, slow to anger, abounding in steadfast love. The covenant was renewed. Israel willingly gave offerings. The tabernacle was built exactly as God commanded. When it was finished, the glory of the Lord filled the tabernacle. God's presence rested among his people. Israel would move only when the cloud moved. They would stop only when the cloud stopped. God was now dwelling with them. Exodus teaches us that God hears the cries of the oppressed, God reveals himself personally, God saves by power and by blood, God calls his people to holiness, God desires to dwell among his people. Exodus is not just Israel's story, it is our story. From slavery to freedom, from bondage to worship, from fear to covenant. The God who delivered Israel is the same God who delivers today. The book of Exodus ends not with escape, but with God's presence. Because true freedom is not just being saved from something, it is being brought to God.